Do you ever wonder why the top 1% seem to get richer no matter what's happening in the economy, while most people struggle just to save? Here's the truth. The wealthy don't just work harder, they invest smarter. And today, I am going to break down how the 1% invest their money in 2025, and how you can use the same strategies to grow your wealth. Part 1. The mindset of the 1%. Before we dive into the strategies, you need to understand the mindset. The wealthy don't see money as something to spend, they see it as something to multiply. Instead of asking how can I afford this, they ask how can I make my money work harder than me? And that's the key difference. While most people let their money sit in a savings account earning pennies, the 1% put every dollar to work 24/7. Part 2. Core investing principles of the 1%. Let's go over the principles the wealthy follow in 2025. Diversification across asset classes, stocks, real estate, private equity, and now even alternative assets like AI-driven startups and digital infrastructure. Long-term perspective. They're not gambling on quick flips. They're thinking 10, 20, even 30 years ahead. Cash flow focus. Instead of just chasing growth, they build assets that pay them through dividends, rent, royalties, or interest. Risk management. The 1% never bet everything on one play. They always protect the downside. Now let's talk about the practical ways they're investing in 2025. Part 3. Where the 1% are putting their money in 2025. Alright, here's the juicy part. The exact places where the wealthy are putting their money right now. 1. Blue chip and tech stocks. The 1% still invest in the stock market, but not like the average person. They favor blue chip companies and tech innovators that are shaping the future. Think AI, biotech, clean energy, and automation. These companies are long-term winners. 2. Index funds and ETFs. Yes, even billionaires use index funds. Why? Because they're a simple, diversified way to ride the market's growth without micromanaging. Wealthy people often allocate a percentage of their money into ETFs like the S&P 500 at safe, steady, and proven. 3. Private equity and startups. This is a big one. The 1% invest in startups before they become the next big thing. In 2025, AI, robotics, and healthcare innovation are massive opportunities. They're getting in early where the average investor usually can't. But thanks to crowdfunding platforms, you now have access to some of these deals too. For real estate with a twist, real estate has always been a wealth builder. But in 2025, the wealthy are shifting toward digital real estate like data centers, logistics hubs, and even virtual properties in the metaverse. These aren't your average rental homes. They're high-growth assets with long-term demand. 5. Alternative assets. The rich love to diversify into things like fine art, gold, crypto, and even collectibles. Why? Because these assets protect against inflation and market crashes. Think of them as wealth insurance. Part 4. How you can apply this step-by-step. Now you might be thinking, that sounds great, but I don't have millions of dollars like the 1%. How can I invest like them? Here's the step-by-step plan. Start with what you have. Even $100 can go into an index fund or fractional shares. The point is to start. Automate your investing. Set up recurring investments so you're building wealth on autopilot. Diversify gradually. Don't just dump all your money into one stock or crypto. Spread it out. Reinvest earnings. When you earn dividends or returns, don't spend them, reinvest to compound faster. Educate yourself constantly. The 1% never stop learning. Read books, follow markets, and keep up with trends like AI and blockchain. The biggest wealth building tool, consistency. Wealth isn't built in one big play, it's built brick by brick. Part 5. Final thoughts and call to action. So, here's the bottom line. The 1% aren't magicians. They simply follow smart investing principles, diversify their wealth, and make money work harder than they do. And here's the best part: you don't need millions to start. You just need to take action with what you already have. So ask yourself, are you going to let your money sit in a savings account losing value to inflation? Or are you going to start building wealth like the 1% starting today? If this video gave you value, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because every week I share strategies to help you build wealth and invest smarter. And I want to hear from you. What's the #1 investment you'd start with in 2025? Drop it in the comments below. I read every one.